Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the American Pop Culture Series channel. I'm so happy to be with all of you. Oh my goodness. Whoopi Goldberg deserves all of her flowers, right? So today she had the cast from Sister Act 2 and they were celebrating 30th anniversary. Oh my goodness, you guys. This was so amazing. A lot of people were saying they were disappointed that Lauryn Hill wasn't there, but listen, Tanya sang her song, sang her part, the soloist for Joyful Joyful, and it was so beautiful. I just want to play just a little bit. I'm really hoping ABC doesn't strike my channel, but I just want to give you guys just a quick snippet of how gorgeous her voice is. Melt the clouds of sin and sadness, drive the darkness out. Here be more to gladness. Fill us with a light. Fill us with a light. Oh, fill us with a light of day. Okay, so I will link it so you guys can watch the entire clip, but they rocked it. They rocked the roof off of the studio, okay? So let me go back a little bit, right? So of course we know Whoopi Goldberg, she is preparing for Sister Act 3, and I am so excited to see that, but I'm so grateful that she had the opportunity to bring not only the students, right? But she also brought back like Sheryl Lee Ralph, which if you guys remember the movie, she played Lauryn Hill's mother. And, she was out the window. She was like, real Louise Watson, you better get your butt in this house, girl. Keep your nose in them books and out of the clouds, right? She's like, singing does not put food on the table. Singing does not provide. Meanwhile, she's a whole dream girl out here, right? And TikTok has made kind of funny, compilations with that. And they showed it to her on stage, which was a delight. But Whoopi Goldberg also brought back the fellow nuns that she played, and they played Sister Mary Patrick and Sister Mary Roberts in the first Sister Act and also the sequel, Sister Act 2. And so I'm hoping to see them again in Sister Act 3, but it was just a joy. I didn't know that her daughter, Alex, was actually one of the students that was in the classroom. And of course, she joined her mother on stage, and the whole performance was amazing. This picture that I chose, a screenshot, was of Sheryl Lee Ralph hugging Whoopi because Whoopi was really tearing up at the end of directing the choir. And it was such a beautiful moment. It was so touching, right? Because they did these interviews just really quickly, checking in with everyone. And you could tell how like each one of the students talked about how Whoopi Goldberg touched their lives. Like Tanya Blunt, for example, the soloist who sang Lauryn Hill's part. If you guys remember, she was singing with Lauryn Hill when they were playing the piano, His Eye is on the Sparrow. And now she's touring with her husband, and I believe she won a Grammy. She has an amazing voice. And then they also checked in with, other students. The young woman who said that she played the Asian girl, that's what she said. But she was the only Asian in the cast, but she was very sweet. She now runs an actual ministry with her husband. She said that the other, students and actors on the set back then were kind of clicked up. And Whoopi Goldberg, walked up to her and she's like, are you sitting with anyone at the lunch tables? Are you fitting in with everybody? And she's like, she was kind of shy. She said no, she was kind of having a hard time fitting in. And so Whoopi said, okay, well, we'll form our own clique. And, and that stuck with her. Little acts of kindness like that. You know what I mean? And that really speaks to Whoopi Goldberg's character. Tanya Blunt said, that she essentially changed her life, that Tanya didn't get, I think she was auditioning for Lauren's part, Rita, but she said she didn't get that. But since she had such an amazing gift, such an amazing talent, that Whoopi Goldberg, her ear for music is amazing as well. She said that she wrote in that extra scene where they were playing the piano and they were singing a cappella. And I thought that was amazing. She said that changed literally the trajectory of her life. And, the young men, spoke about how the one man, he's a choreographer now. He actually is on, he's working still as an actor, but he said he's just down the street at the Met. I'm like, wow, these are like serious artists. And he said that back then he was a teenager and he didn't want to cut his hair and he was like tearing up. And so Whoopi Goldberg said, well, they're not going to cut your hair, and the people in charge were telling her like, well, his hair isn't believable for a Catholic school. She stood up for him, and she said that they could just twist it and, had a hat covered or whatever. But he said that, that meant so much to him, that basically Whoopi Goldberg, that she had these students' backs, Another young man was saying how he was so enamored with Whoopi Goldberg that he would always watch, Jumpin' Jack Flash when he wasn't supposed to. And he said that every time he was around her, because she was such a big star, he would put his foot in his mouth. And he said, he spent some of his money that he, earned from acting on the movie and bought new clothes. And she noticed that he was just like, so happy. He was strutting his stuff. And then he turned around and she pulled the tag off of his pants. And he said, I was mortified. And she's like, you still look good, baby. And it's things like that, again, that really speak to her character. Sheryl Lee Ralph says that when they asked her about, of course, how Whoopi Goldberg changed her life or touched her, she said that, you could tell that each and every person has a story about Whoopi that speaks of her kindness and her, authenticity, and how she recognized the value of each one of the students. And it was so apparent, right? Because after Whoopi was directing the choir, they were singing Joyful, Joyful. She was tearing up, and, Sheryl Lee Ralph came over to hug her, and that's why I chose this. But I mean, it was just, I was tearing up too. I was tearing up. I saw this movie, of course, when I was a kid, but I mean, it was just so amazing. We saw, Monica Calhoun came back, and she was the lead actress in the Best Man series. If you guys have not seen that yet, it's on Peacock. But like the Best Man Holiday, that whole series is great. But she was also, I think, like in the Players Club, and she was in other movies as well. But she's a really well-known actress, and just to see that, some people, chose to go into ministry, other people stayed in acting or, going into singing. But each one of these people, like Ryan Toby, he was one of the members of City High. And now he's writing and producing for huge names like, Usher, Justin Bieber. He's still a huge songwriter and music producer. And he got on stage and sang Oh Happy Day. And it was just amazing. He still has an incredible voice as well, by the way. But it was just amazing. It really, truly was. I'm so grateful that, Whoopi is getting all of her flowers and her accolades while she's still around to receive them, because she really has been in the business for such a long time. And the fact that so many people were saying, she was really kind to me when she didn't have to be, it really speaks to who she is as a person. And her daughter, she was like, I don't know what, this Nepo baby nepotism everybody's talking about, because I had to audition like everybody else. And of course, I'm sure her daughter probably would have got, the part, but the fact that she still, made her go through the process, again, speaks to her character. You know, she's like, you have to earn it and you have to work. And she's still working for her mom's company right now as the CEO. But I really enjoyed watching, you know, everyone come back. They followed up with the students. You know, some people are, like I said, still acting, and others have gone into ministry. Others are doing work in education. You can see how just this movie, whether it was, you know, school, singing, dancing, whatever, stayed with them, because I feel like they all branched out into various lanes, but still connected to what they did here. And of course, Lauryn Hill, we would have loved to have had her. You know, Brian, the executive producer, said he did everything he could to get her there. And listen, Brian, it's not your fault, because we love Lauryn. I love the miseducation of Lauryn Hill, but you know, Lauryn is late to her own concerts. So, and you know, ABC runs a tight ship, and this is live TV. So it's okay. But we definitely enjoy this. I enjoyed this performance so much, you guys. I want to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts. Did you watch it? Like I said, I'm going to link it so you guys can have it for easy reference in the description box. But I love when they do live performances like this on The View. It's one of my favorites. And I will get caught up on the content that I've missed in the past couple weeks. It's been super busy around here, but I have some time, some downtime this summer. So you guys let me know your thoughts. I will, of course, link everything, and I want to hear from all of you. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk with you later. Take care, guys. Bye.